Alright, we're here with Zoe today, and she is going to install an easy connector plug on her own personal vehicle.
Yeah, so we're going to install a S7-60 on a 2018 Chevy Silverado.
Okay.
That has the stock 7/4.
Okay. So let's go ahead and show them how we're going to remove that.
So the way you remove it is you're going to unclip the two back pins against the connector.
Okay. Those two shiny metal clips.
Yeah. And you'll see. Let's get it out.
Okay. Oh, those, you just squeeze those together and then it pops right out here. Okay, let's zoom in a little closer. Okay. So show me here. Okay.
These are the clips you'll push in to pull it
There's
out.
one on each side, and
Yeah.
then to unplug the wire harness.
So you'll pull out this, squeeze right here.
Okay, so you pulled the gray tab back.
Yep.
And then you try with your index or your thumb if you can get in there. Yep. That's kind of a, you got to squeeze pretty hard there. Yep, then it pops out. Okay, perfect. Alright, so that's your wire harness connector. And that particular wire harness connector is going to be pretty common in all of your newer and new...
Yeah, General Motor, Ford, Nissan, all the new factory flips.
Okay.
So then, in order to mount your easy connector, it's going to leave a gap with this new harness outing.
Okay.
So it's going to leave a hole. So what we need to do is take our S7-60B2 and take the mounting bracket on it and install it in order to block out that hole and make sure everything fits properly.
Okay, so this is the S7-60B2 mounting clips.
Yep.
And these are distinguished from the 60PB2 because on this particular vehicle, you notice here that the actual hole is basically, there's a piece of metal and then with a small piece of plastic in front of it, whereas the 60PB2 goes on vehicles where that hole, actually the plastic on that hole is actually like a ½ inch thick or so.
Yeah.
So, and then in some vehicles where they have a removable plastic plate in the fender well, you would also use the PB2 instead of the B2.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so
we're going to take your bottom piece and you're going to insert it in between the actual plastic and the metal of the...
Okay. And then on some vehicles, if it's just a piece of metal and no plastic, you're just going to pop it behind there. Yep. Okay. It's kind of a little tricky to get in there.
Yeah. Once it's in, you could just let that sit there while you install your top piece. So this one is going to go facing back like this with the foam out.
Alright, and that little T piece, that's basically is gonna hook
in the back.
on the back to
like
hold.
that.
And that's what gives you your pull pressure when you actually drill, or no, you don't drill, when you screw it in place, that's what's gonna hold it from pulling forward.
Yes.
Okay.
And so you're gonna take your black little piping to hold both of them, the top and the bottom piece together.
Okay.
And you'll raise it all the way up until the foam is in front of the top and the T has hit the top.
Okay, so that foam then is preventing, between the foam and those two little black pieces of tubing, that's what's temporarily holding this in place until you actually put the plug in place and screw it and tighten it up.
Yep.
All
so
right.
After you're done that, you're going to take your plug and you're going to pull back that gray clip.
All right.
So you can load your S7-60. Push it in until you hear a click.
Okay, there's the click.
And then you'll pop that clip back in just to secure it.
All right.
And then make sure your plug goes in aligned with the bracket.
Okay.
And then you'll just push it all the way back. And then get your bracket aligned as closely to your plug as you can. You'll
Alright.
open up your plug and take your wood block.
Oh, it's right on down there. Okay, so that's a little piece of masonite that we cut and include when we send out the S7-60 and our other self-closing connectors. This is just to hold that self-closing
lid
cover open. Because what you do not want to do is you don't want to ever remove that spring. I think we had someone who, for some reason, they removed the spring. They thought they needed to remove the spring when they installed their plug, and then they called us, or we actually found out about them a long time later, and they were dissatisfied because they were getting dirt in the plug. Well, it's because instead of just holding this lid open with a little piece of wood at the time of install, they actually try to remove the spring. So, but that's what this is for, so you can get access to the four screws. So.
Can you pause it real quick?
All right, so now you have a couple starter screws.
Yep, you'll get 2 starting screws, and you're gonna go and start with the bottom and make sure they align with. Screw it in as much as you can. For time purposes, I'm gonna use a drill, not too much, just to get that bracket as close as we can.
Okay, so this is just to help you line things up.
So then I'm gonna take a screw that comes included with your S7-60B2.
Okay.
And again, for time purposes, I'm gonna screw it in with the drill, and as much as I can get it.
All right.
As close as I can. I'm gonna go ahead and remove my starting screw and place it up top.
All right.
And take another screw and insert it.
That's so on the bottom now you're putting the screw that actually came with the mounting clip.
Yeah. So the 60B2 comes with 4 clips to mount it.
Okay.
You can
so
see.
Like you got the bottom side in.
Yep.
Okay. Now you're removing the top starting screw.
And I'm gonna place it back in just to make sure everything's aligned.
All right.
And then I'm gonna add another screw to the left corner.
Okay.
And screw it in. Gonna remove the starting screw again.
Yep.
And add the last screw. And now I'm just gonna go in and tighten all the other ones.
Okay.
And then you'll see if you start moving it, tightening them, some will be unaligned.
Okay. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. If you notice, now that she has those mounting clips in place, that the extra space is covered up now. So that begs the question of what does someone do now if they have the easy connector 7-wire plug installed now and they still want to haul a trailer that has a 4-wire connector, just one with no brakes, just turn signals and brake lights. What do they do, Zoe?
Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Yeah.
So, if they want to have the brake lights,
Yeah, just gonna use a 54.
yeah, the adapter.
Yep. Yeah. So we sell a variety of adapters to go from easy connector 7-wire to the 4-wire flat. You would purchase a R7-54 adapter. We also have a 55, which will allow you to run the old 5-wire. So that would be typical on your boat trailers, but like your little harbor freight trailers is going to be a 54 adapter. Okay, so now she's removing that little piece of masonite, and everything is in place. So there you have it.
Just
So,
like that.
all right. Well, congratulations, Zoe. Now you have a proper connector on your truck. So, all right.
You can get these at easyconnector.com.
All right. Thanks, Zoe.
Of course.